Week 9 of the Pokemon Trainer School League. My name is WiredDragon, joined once again by my co-host LordLuneth. How you doing today, dog?
Hey, I'm doing good.
I mean, glad to hear it because we are in for a battle today. We have two teams on the edge of that playoff contention, sixth and seventh respectively, between here of the Sinister Quills with V Gamer and Red Hot Chili Pelippers with Ribbon Helper.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what goes down with these two. I mean, it's basically at the point we're at, it's just the final brawl out for who gets the top six.
One match, and granted, this isn't a decider, but it's a huge advantage because not only do they move themselves up, but they push their evenly matched opponent right back down to the lower parts.
It's gonna everything is hinging on the upcoming like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we are 3 weeks away. This is week 9, so we have week 10 and 11, and that's it. Top six will be decided by then. So to see what's going to decide that, let's take a peek at that Sinister Quills roster. Everything looks the same from last week, so we're running it back.
Yep, just coming back. You got keeping the Scoville and keeping the Torkoal Terras.
And I mean, I think it's fine, right? Like, there's a lot of like powerful. I think there's a focus on like water and fairy coming from Red Hot Chili Peppers, which we'll discover in a second. So honestly, changing your fire type terrors is probably going to be pretty useful if that's the way they go here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think I mean the Torkoal alone, I think that having some interesting typing advantage, especially just being such a Omega bulk boy, just being like, I'm gonna just go to something that fits better against everything.
Well, let's see what it needs to fit into as we peek towards that Red Hot Chili Pepper roster. Pelipper, excuse me. Hydreigon Cloyster being the Terra captain switched over this week.
Yeah, that Cloyster is such a scary Pokemon. If that runs away with it, it's gonna sweep so hard. I mean, like there's potential for some outs. I think we saw a Rocky Helmet put on even like the Torkoal at one point. Like I think there's a possible like situation where you just go like, okay, well you're probably gonna hit Icicle Shard like every time. Just gonna put this in front and chip away all that HP.
And I think we've really seen the strength over the course of the season of this Pelipper roster in the diverse threat of set up Pokemon, right? We've seen stuff like the Belly Drum Azumarill, like that Shell Smash Cloyster, like that Focus Energy Hydreigon. There's a lot of different options to go here, and it's going to be really hard to identify mid game to try to figure out what your best defensive option is if you're the Sinister Quills here.
100%.
Well, I think there's only one thing we can do at this point. Let's stop looking at these team sheets and start going right into that battle. Both trainers are sitting across from each other. Popping the game on the bottom of your screen is going to be the Sinister Quills, bringing that Torkoal, Iron Moth, Florges, Crocodile, Scovillain, and Dragonite. And top of your screen being the Pelipper is going to be the Hydreigon, the Cloyster, the Mousehold, the Hatterene, the Dunsparce, and that Farigarath.
Oh boy, the giraffe is here.
Travis here, I believe this might be the first showing of this Dunsparce as well.
Let's go, Sparsy boy, making a return. It gets Eviolite access.
Woo! Thick man. Um, Anything particular you're looking for in these leads? I think it's been pretty iconic with this Torkoal, but there might be a switch up.
I mean, yeah, if you're thinking Torkoal is gonna lead, you probably go for Hatterene, so there's like you deny the Stealth Rocks, right?
Hmm.
There's also just the world where like you could just send in like the Hydreigon or the Cloyster and then immediately start setting up because the Torkoal's not gonna be able to do too much against either one of those Pokemon. At least like they'll at least do something to the Cloyster.
Right.
The Hydreigon, I don't know the biggest threat that it poses against it.
Yeah, and there's like if we're looking at the Pokemon on base, right? There's a lot of really good specially bulky mons, but the physical bulk is really reliant on that Torkoal, I think. But there is an potential for an Intimidate Crocodile. So they gotta play a little well, though. This Cloyster, I think you were saying earlier, like this Cloyster looks really good into this team on base.
Yeah. Like this Dragonite not being a Terra, like it gets even if it has multi-scale, just gets obliterated.
But it will be
Yeah, we
Torkoal
see
and
the Cloyster.
Cloyster leads. It's going to be the sun up for that Torquil, as it's pointed out.
Oh baby, I wonder if there's just like if they're just go straight for a Terra on the Cloyster to try to resist a fire move, if that's the option, or like is this Torkoal just like sitting here like oh crap, and just immediately going for Lava Plume?
Well, here's the issue too, right? Like you want to normally you'd want a water move here if you're the Cloister, but it's going to be Terra Rock. Shell Smash will go up
Ooh.
here. Torkoal going to end up going for the Lava Plume. Resisted
Oh,
because it's not rock, but the
Bernie!
burn! The burn comes in
No!
clutch, going to turn down allegedly that rock blast that was going to come up for this or for this Cloister.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, this sets this entire setup straight back because it doesn't even have the it doesn't have white. We know it doesn't have white herb because its stats didn't get reduced. So maybe it was carrying some other item akin to like
Nope.
focus sash, just in case of some weird like one shot move.
But yeah, now the attack stat is cut in half, though it means that if it is going for that physical move, it's going to neutral out, and we do know this Torkoal's the Terra Captain.
Yeah, it could just be like, whatever, and go into like Terra Steel or something, and then if that was an option, and just not be affected at all.
All right,
Oh my
Rock Blast is
goodness.
going to happen, but this is not going to be a kill range, so this is going to do a good chunk of damage. Crit does
Oh,
happen,
great.
but goes to 19%. Torkoal living. Lava Plume will take this Cloister out, and all of a sudden, the Terra is gone for the top side of your screen.
Wow. Okay. This Terra might be now reserved for the Scovillain as well to try and sweep with that whenever it comes out. So, okay, we don't know if this is a Heat Rock yet either because we have to wait for the sun to go out. But this is a devastating position.
Yeah, -1, and I mean, there's a lot of powerful Pokemon, and waiting to see what the Pelippers end up switching in here. There's a few good options. It's going to be that HydroGen. I mean, it's pretty clear that this thing's going to be able to kill.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the Hydreigon just doesn't feel scared and maybe just goes for a nasty plot here or something similar, like some setup move.
Yeah, it's going to be a little threatened by this Florges, but it does get access to Flash Cannon, so that might be a good roll, but I mean, it's going to get Revenge Blasted. It will be that Florges switching in. Earth Power is going to come out. Critical hit once again, but only doing 30% healing with the leftovers, showing the bulk of it is with Florges.
Oh my goodness, this Pokemon just sits here and just goes, I don't care what you do. And I'm wondering if like even this like dominating position, like I wonder if like there's any form of like a substitute or like a draining kiss to heal back up to full HP.
Yeah, we have seen this Florges favor those healing moves. How are going to be switching? And it is going to be that wish that we've seen many a week. I mean, we've seen this Pokemon click that button so many times. It's probably one of its favorites.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like maybe they don't expect like a really damaging move to come out here and just switch back into the Torkoal, heal it back up a decent chunk.
Yeah,
But like I don't know how the Torkoal doesn't look very good like just into the Hatterene here.
gonna go for the Protect. We'll reveal the Nuzzle on this Hatterene, so trying to get the paralysis off. So it's gonna be a full heal for this Quill. That was the last turn of Sun, so it is not Heat Rock Torkoal. So that Sun is gonna be lasting a little less long than some of the other times it's been brought.
Okay, so this Torkoal is probably carrying some. I think I was right earlier. It's probably carrying something like a Rocky helmet, just because like it could probably sit in front of something like the mouse hold and just destroy its HP off of the population bomb.
Mm-hmm. So now we're sitting here trying to figure out what this Hatterene is going to do. It's revealed that it's not going for a super strong move, and you gotta wonder, like, if it starts going for the setup move and Calm Mind that we've seen before. And I mean, called it right away, but it's gonna be a Crocodile switch in here. Kind of a strange matchup.
Yeah, they both like hit each other very hard. The Crocodile is faster. I mean, I think there's a potential like this Crocodile can carry something like Gunk Shot, right? So there's
I
a
mean, there's
chance
like
that
a
it can just.
sneaky Iron Tail. Like, it is the Gunk Shot, but it will miss. So a little bit of revenge. Not killing the Crocodile with this Draining
Oh
Kiss, but putting it at a
boy.
very low total.
Yeah, I mean now even if the Crocodile if it gets off the Gunk Shot, like the draining if a second Draining Kiss comes out, it doesn't even like heal that much. Like this Hatterene is going to be in a very like unfortunate situation if a Gunk Shot comes out again and hits.
Yeah, it's kind of a strange turn, right? Like, this, no matter what, if you stay on this Gunk Shot, this Hatterene's going to take a bunch of damage, but you've already revealed that that's probably the move you're going to be clicking, and you already set the Calm Mind. So it's kind of like a strange position to be in, because, yeah, you're right, you no longer get that Draining Kiss benefit, because now there's no HP on the Crocodile.
Nothing to steal, nothing to drain.
Literally, I already took his purse and went back for seconds. There's nothing left.
Oh yeah, and I mean it's still showing that this Crocodile like even as the big slappy boy that it is still pretty tanky.
Yeah, Hydrant come in,
Gunk
take 48% from that Gunk Shot, and allegedly this should be faster, but a good chunk of damage for the pseudo legendary of the team.
Okay. I mean, Kruknak could also carry something like close combat, right?
Yeah, but I believe the Hydreigon outspeeds here, if I remember correctly. So
It's a good chance it does, but there's also the possibility, like, well, I wonder if the Crocodile was predicting that, which has a choice item, but the Florges comes in.
19 with
Goes
Surf will heal
Surf.
back up to 87% with the leftovers again. I mean, we're in a similar position before with this Florgus just gets to click a button, maybe going for that wish as it seems, but there's a chance if we click the attacking button, get some good damage off.
Yeah, I'm wondering, man, there. If we're trying to repeat all the steps, it could just be could be the prediction of Wish, like just trying to like be like, oh, I'm gonna do the same thing as last time, Wish, but then switch in like either the Torkoal or the uh uh what's it
Actually, the
called? Oh,
Farigiraf going to take 27%. Lowering the special attack will happen, but it revealed the red card, switching in that Crocodile. Honestly, it's worst matchup here.
no!
I mean, this is like the freest crunch I've ever seen in my life. I don't know
Yeah,
about you.
wow, okay. And I mean, if it if they stay in, oh,
I wonder what the red card was for, because normally it's an anti-setup move, but this team isn't really like showing any really potential setup mons. Maybe trying to see something in the back that didn't get brought.
I'm trying to like this Pokemon can carry so many
Rest
different.
on the
What?
Crocodile will heal it to full chesto. Will be revealed. Nightshade will only do 30%. And all of a sudden, this Crook is back to health.
Probably just going, you know, like what's it gonna do to me?
I mean, it did show up, and it did say nothing. So we're back up to good, healthy life total. Now this dark move looks even tastier.
Oh my, yeah, like basically saying I'm gonna get a Moxie proc if you don't switch.
And it will switch, which will go out, dealing a good chunk of damage, 23%. I'm gonna assume, like we talked about earlier, they definitely were willing to switch out here, but I mean, there's still a Florgus.
There's still a Florges that can just come in here, but I'm wondering if like it's happened twice now. You just predict that and you go for a move that's super effective. Maybe they don't even have it.
Yeah, it might not be super effective. Might like Draco Meteor might do enough. You just gotta worry about that Florgus, but it will be back into the Florgus as the Hydreigon goes. It will be that Draco trying to kill, and it will not do any damage. Florgus will get another 7% of the HP back.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, we've seen this Hydreigon just keep switching out in front of this. It's gotta be. It's probably happening again, switching out into the Hatterene or maybe back into the Farigiraf.
Yeah, like it's really hard, right? Like it almost like is pretty obvious that you don't go for Wish here, right? Because the only Pokemon you have in the back that wants to heal is a Torkoal. So this is pretty clearly a damaging move, but you really don't want damage racking up these Pokemon. Like we haven't seen anything that's going to allow any of these Pokemon heal other than the Draining Kiss. Dunsparce will come in, be taking 30%, but his special attack again, this Florgus, shutting
Wow,
down that Spaz stack.
that has to be Eviolite. Like that was a
Oh, it
very
has to be
low
Eviolite. I can't imagine it's not anything but Eviolite. But it was still pretty good damage considering. Like
Yeah,
30% is nothing to scoff at, though. I mean, another
I think
Pokemon
the
that can set
Spatak.
up.
I think the Spatak drop doesn't really affect
I
this
can't
Dunsparce
imagine it
rating.
matters, but it
It's a
is
it's a
funny.
physical. It's a physical one, yeah.
Okay, it will be the
Yawn.
Yawn, but the Wish was set up, so this Switch here is going to be relatively free. And I mean, if it goes to the Torkoal, even if it's a double Yawn, you get all that HP back.
Yawn and what this? Yeah, this normally. I mean, Dunsparce is like a Serene Grace Pokemon. Like, what's Rattled even do? What? It just can't
It's
fall.
going to increase its speed, but it's actually going to go for the Calm Mind, so it is a special attacker, allegedly.
Oh, interesting. What kind of special moves does Dunsparce get? Um. Well, oh, Air Slash. I think it gets access to that.
Yeah, maybe trying to
Ancient
go for
Power.
that
I think it's
route.
probably those two: Ancient Air Slash and Ancient Power.
I wonder if it is rattled then, just to try to increase the speed. Interesting that the Crook switched in here, by the way. Maybe revealing a fighting type move or something?
Yeah, probably. It's probably. I'm wondering if it probably is carrying close combat because there's enough of the Pokemon are weak to like the Farigiraf gets hit by it. Like maybe not super effective, but still like hard.
Yeah, most of these Pokemon take decent damage from it, part in the Hatterene, but you have a good switch in. It's going to be Gunk Shot again. Poison will go on to this
Poison!
Dunsparce.
Reverse Serene Grace.
The secondary effects off this Quill roster today have been absolutely nutty. And I mean, now it's kind of hard to argue against the switch back into the Florgus, right? I mean, it's revealing a special attacker, and you can just go for a Wish and go into the Torkoal again, no?
Yeah, I guess. Like, I unfortunately I don't see what the Dunsparce is doing.
Actually,
Cork
to go for
Drive.
Iron Moth gonna gain speed here. It's gonna be Roost, so we know that the Dunsparce will not die to its own poison on its own, but this is currently the we got fast time Iron Moth here, and you gotta imagine damage can't be that bad, but it is +1 Spadef, and we've already kind of talked about the fact that it is Eviolite, so interesting switch, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm looking at moveset. It carries Earth Power. It's just going for Yawn over and over again. Is this like some weird stall world?
Okay, importantly, I want to point out that we have hit, I believe, like a couple of 10% chances in a row, but the 50% chance is just not going to happen. So it's some strange luck from bottom side. But I'm telling you, like, I'm surprised, like, because it's just going to keep doing this, right? So Quills have to, like, figure out something. And I'm not quite sure, like, they're revealing this. I'm assuming there's no setup move based on what they're doing this.
Like yeah, like this Dunsparce, the only setup move it has is Calm Mind, but it keeps getting, oh, okay, 40%.
40%. If it doesn't, it will yawn, but Dunsparce now is in range of that second close combat, so now we have a turn of prediction here.
There's the world where you just switch it again, but it probably just roosts back up, but you could just kill it and then not have to deal with this, but then lose a Pokemon to sleep.
Yeah, but it's not even that bad, right? Like, you have a few Pokemon here that it's able to still switch in, probably live a few hits, something like that for Regraph.
It would be so funny. It would be so, like, this is the Resto Chesto. It would be so funny if Sleep Talk was on this set, too. It's not, though. It can't be. But, like, could you imagine if they actually brought, like, a...
I mean, that would be hot. Sometimes you predict the sleep move, and you just run the Sleep Talk. I think this is really a turn. It's actually going to be a switch out into the Torkoal, I think, most surprisingly. Going to be a double yawn, but all of a sudden,
wow.
I mean, this Dunsparce is still going to die.
Torkoal falls asleep.
I think you're right. I think you're pretty content with it. I think you just go for the fire move here, though I'm worried about the speed, actually. Does Dunsparce outspeed Torkoal?
Dunsparce does outspeed Torkoal.
You have to go for the Florges here, no? Like, isn't that the most obvious choice? It lets you wish into this Torkoal, and all of a sudden, like, you're still doing damage to this Dunsparce. Actually gonna switch out of the Dunsparce. We're gonna get the Stealth Rock stuff. Relatively risky. Torkoal will go to sleep, but now there's hazards on the other side of the field.
Oh, no. I mean, what do they have for anti-hazards on their team? I mean,
Tidy Up could be on the mouse hold.
I think that's roughly
does Dunsparce get Rapid Spin? I do not remember. I'm gonna be real with you.
I'm checking. No, the only hazard removal on this team is mouse hold.
Okay, so I mean, it still could happen, but it's going to be damage on this mouse hold no matter what. And we talked about it before. We have seen actually some healing options now, right? We've seen the Draining Kiss, we've seen the Roots. It's going to be a wish. So much healing is happening.
On the Dunsparce.
Okay, at this point, we have to start considering, like, both teams are revealed that they can heal each other up pretty effectively. So now we gotta start.
Fourth move on this Florges.
It's actually gonna be the Moonblast, so it's gonna be Confuse Ray happening from the Farigiraf. So now everyone's at full HP, but there is a confused Pokemon on the field.
Oh my goodness.
We'll get the wish off anyway. Paralysis will happen due to the Thunder Wave from the Farigiraf. Sunlight will fade.
Are we switching? Are we switching? Are we switching?
We're switching. The Torkoal. Will it live this hit? It will not. So Wish wasted and a Torkoal down. The Sun is now going to be offline after these next 4 turns. Do you try to go Skullville here just to get the value when you can?
There's a chance. I mean, it hasn't come out at all. We have no idea what the Scovillain is doing.
Maybe it's here for a very specific purpose, but I mean, now that the Sun's gone, I gotta imagine, like, all of a sudden there's a red alert button.
Yeah, like every mod has come out except for the mouse hold on the Pelippers team, but there's both the Scovillain and the Dragonite have not been revealed on the Quils team. So there's still some mystery sets and everything, like, kind of chilling here. Here it is, a Cyndavillain.
Okay, this is the Terra Captain, which means it might be an immediate button, but the typing is actually not terrible for this right now. Like, there's nothing that's going to be super effective that I can think of coming from this Farigiraf. So we're going to have to wait and see this damage. There is a chance. I don't believe we've seen the ability on this Farigiraf. There is a chance the Farigiraf, I believe it gets Sap Sipper now? Or am I wrong?
Yes, it does. Yeah. It has a chance to get Sap.
Grass move is not great, but the Sun's up, so allegedly you want to go for the Fire move. This Pokemon's been shown to be pretty specially bulky.
Yeah, this... I mean, I think Farigiraf actually has equal defense and Spadef.
Gonna be Terra Grass being showed here. It's gonna be the Solar Beam coming out. Good damage. Gonna be showing that it is the Life Orb.
Rifle.
but second
Okay.
Confused Ray will happen. So, I mean, now we're playing a gambling game.
Yeah. It's oh my goodness. Okay.
Giga Drain
Giga
will go
Drain!
off. That is another dead Pokemon on the top screen, 5-4 in favor of the Quills.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah. It's another. It's a. The toxic Pokemon is down.
Gamble,
It would.
you will win.
Okay, and there's. Yeah, I think from Bruce's perspective, they're wondering what to put in here. Okay, we got the Hydreigon coming in. It's not gonna be faster when this Scovillain is in the sun.
Yeah, but there is a confusion chance, and I think we're
There,
banking on that, right?
I think that's what's happening. We're banking on that hardcore.
It will not get it, so
Oh,
it will go off. It will kill the Hydreigon, 5-3.
ooh, bit by bit. I mean, this Dunsparce is dead if it comes in. Okay, it's the final turn of Sun. This is the final turn of Sun in this game.
Yeah, so this Squavilla gets one more turn to potentially do something. Confusion's still on. We're waiting. We're sitting.
Oh, I think Solar, even under all of these conditions, I think Solar Beam has a chance to kill with all these conditions up.
I mean, yeah, like, it's a powerful move here, and it's going to hurt itself finally. Calm Mind will go off. The sun will fade. The Solar Beam is now offline, and the Double Speed is now offline, but Scovillain on base will outspeed the Saturnine.
Yeah, it just can no longer go for like big Solar Beam number.
Yeah, we do have to worry about
Yeah.
this Hattery setting up too hard, right? Because we have seen the Draining Kiss, so this thing could just start sucking up all the damage that's taking up the switches.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, at least the Hatterene isn't like unbelievably physically bulky.
Double
So,
hit, so it's
ooh,
finally getting punished for this. Mystical Fire will go out, meaning that this Hatterene does get this Skull Villain killed. 4v3 now, and I mean, we're at +1 spat and spet.
yeah. I mean, now we're just kind of now we're kind of wondering. Like, I mean, at least the Crocodile can come in for free, but like, it doesn't love it.
What's the gunk shot, right? We have to do the gunk shot BS
The
again.
gunk shot again. It's basically like gonna have to click the button.
So the switches aren't
Hope
great,
it
right?
hits this
Because the
time.
Dunsparce probably dies, and the Mousehole takes a crap ton of damage if that happens.
Yeah. And like, I feel like it just has to be the Crook. I don't like anything else. Yeah.
Rook will come in, so I mean, I can't. This is the pretty projected move here, but I don't think there's really anything else we could do. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
either pretend that we live this, maybe. I don't know what kind of Hatterene this build is. Maybe it's super physically bulky, but I mean, we've seen some of the damage this Crocodile's put up already.
Uh-huh. I mean, okay, it
Only
hits.
68,
Oh,
but the
it's a
poison.
poison.
Okay, Crocodile will
Oh,
live
that's right. We
again.
forgot it lives. It lives. It lives at least one, so it needs to hit 2 gunk shots in a row.
Okay, but and here we are, right? Like this won't kill, but
Oh.
we don't heal that much from Draining Kiss now, right? Draining Kiss will only put us back up to 22, and the poison will take us back down to what, 16? Yeah. So all of a sudden, any of these Pokemon come in and finish us off. It's gonna be that Dragonite finally coming out.
Yeah, E-Speed, right? Like, E-Speed just takes it out.
Yeah, it's a pretty good option here. It will be E-Speed being
Yep.
called, so going to be a 3v2 advantage. And these Pokemon in the back, the Dunsparce is not healthy, but the Mousehole is full and ready.
The problem is if this like I'm wondering if the reason this Mousehole doesn't come in, like maybe it was Focus Sash.
Right.
Like and like just the only way to remove hazards is no longer around here.
Yeah, I mean, this has been really a great navigation towards the end of this for the Quills, and I mean, it's going to be all that really like this Dunsparce is pretty much out of commission, so it's going to be all on this Mousehole to try to finish it off. But I mean, look at the 3 Pokemon left, right? It is probably 3 of the most iconic Pokemon on this Quill roster. Dunsparce will be in 1 HP.
1%.
HP will kill it. All right, it has to be Mousehole. It can literally only be Mousehole. There is one
Yeah.
child on the screen, and it must break everything.
The Mold Breaker.
The Mold Breaker. I mean, this got to be E-Speed from
It
Dragonite, I
can be
assume.
fat. Yeah, like if it's not, like I mean, technically the Mousehold
Pop-On
can
might
be
kill.
faster.
Pop-On
Yeah,
might kill.
maybe.
It actually will
Play
go
Rough.
first, but it's only going to be Play Rough, which is not going to do enough damage. Dragon Claw will come out 71%. It's going to heal with the Citrus Berry. Cheek Pouch will put it back up to 76.
Uh-oh.
But I mean, so it's showing that it's physically bulky, but it did not do that much damage with Play Rough, though.
maybe multi-scale. It's not multi-scale.
Well, it was multi-scale, right? It did 20 and
Was
then it
it?
did 43. So
Oh, is
that's
that what it
correct.
was? Oh, okay.
But, I mean, this is an e-speed away from the
E-speed.
game, and it will be securing it. Dragon Knight will finish this game off a 3-0 victory for the Quils, putting them in that 6th place as of right now, putting the Pelippers back down to the lower part of the bracket.
Oh my goodness, that was incredible. I love that game.
That game was awesome. There's a lot of I think the early game really took advantage of some of the minor RNG hits for the Quills roster. We saw the Moonblast get the special attack drop twice, but so I mean, just incredible there. We saw 2 breakthroughs confusion, but then 2 hits. I mean, honestly, it just kind of a really RNG based game there towards the midsection.
Yeah, I loved it. This match is up there with some of my favorites of the season. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and I think that burn turn 1, I mean, that catapulted the Quills into a great position because it let their Torkoal live. They didn't have to commit Terra, and they were able to kill that setup Cloister on turn 1, where so many other teams have had to take a mon or 2 to try to beat it.
Absolutely insane.
Well, on that absolute, everyone calm their heart rate down. Let's sit back in our chair because unfortunately, this is the end of today's match. But we will be back at you tomorrow with more Pokemon Trader School League action. See you then.